Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media. My name is Nate Zion, your most famous host of our sports program show. You can have your doubts, but yeah, I am who I said I am. I know such Chelsea fans are not happy. Some are also happy in the name of Sack Potter, Graham Potter out of the door. Some wouldn't want, some don't want to hear that, but yeah. We have a breaking news, which we're going to talk about that breaking news. I know some Chelsea fans will be happy to hear that breaking news. No matter what it is, it's way better than what they have at this moment in time. We have a lot of things to talk about. We'll be talking about the Graham Potter future at the club. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we talk about this every day. Yesterday we did. This morning, we're going to delve into it and talk about it. Also, transfer news. We have Alejandro Balde to, I think that's his name, Alejandro to Premier League. We'll look into that player too. City looking for Bukayo, Saka, another player that City has been looking for that player for a long time. Is Arsenal willing to let him go? Time will tell. Maximo, also, we'll be looking to Josko Gvardiol, whatever his name is, Josko Gvardiol future. We'll look into that. We're looking at Bernardo Silva to Manchester. No, Bernardo Silva to Barcelona, and also Erling Haaland to Real Madrid. It's too early to talk about Erling Haaland to Real Madrid, but there's some news there. We'll also look into it and see if that's a future transfer rumor for Erling Haaland. We all know he's not going to last long at Manchester City. He'll definitely find his way right after Pep Guardiola leaves. He'll find his way to Real Madrid. Also, Ansu Fati has been linked to Manchester City. Would that happen? Time will tell. Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone that is watching this program at this moment in time. Wherever you're watching us from, I want to say thank you very much. It could be evening, it could be afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And my motivational message for the day is: if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. So that's just think about it. If you don't risk anything, you're gonna end up risking a lot. So if you don't risk, maybe this might go this way. If you don't risk is going on at Chelsea Football Club at this point in time, and then you sack the manager and bring another manager in, trying to give him time to build this team the way he's done before in the past with Brighton and other team, and you move him out and bring another manager in, it might go bad, or it will go well if you keep the manager. I don't think if this analogy really works well to what I'm trying to explain here. If you don't risk anything, you risk even more. It's a motivational message that I'm sending out to everyone that is listening to us here. Before I go to the message section, let me acknowledge our host and all the viewers here. Let me say this before I go to my co-host friends that will be joining us here. We have Steven said at Herbert Onstein tweeted. Yes, Onstein has tweeted the latest news. Herbert said, I saw from Romano. Absolutely, Romano is also there. David Onstein is also very, very accredited person. So yeah, he doesn't put out fake news at all. You'll not get that from him. Steven said, check Onstein. Verbal agreement is in at this moment. They're both saying same thing. So it means that this news is very, very strong and credited. Chelsea are desperate to sign players. It is true, we are desperate to sign players. At this moment in time, there's nothing going on at the club. The players are not playing very well. The midfield is missing. So they need players to come in to help out. Steven said that injuries FC. Yes, injuries FC. Hello, my brother. Welcome back again, joining you live from work. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for taking time to join us from work as usual. May God bless you. I 1, 2, 3 love you and your whole entire family. So yeah, welcome back to the stream, guys. Steven is here with me. Steven probably gonna be my co-host for the day. Maybe Lord will join later. And the others. Herbert says, send the link, bro. I have some staying words today. Okay, I will send it to you. I'm very happy you have some time to join. Yes,
we know what that's about.
Yeah, we know what you're about to do, Herbert. So yeah, I'll definitely send you the link right away. I won't take time. Steven, welcome back to the stream, brother.
Yeah, thanks as always for having me on your channel.
It's always a pleasure to have you, Steven. And where is Lord? It's not here. Okay, probably join us later. Okay, Steven, can you give us the breaking? Let's start with the breaking news before we start with Graham Potter's future and what we think, either Potter in or Potter out, before we get into that matter or that debate.
Yeah, so just before we went live, literally about 5 minutes before we went live,
yeah,
we were starting to see all this news on João Felix start to pick up pace, and all these reports coming out. I think Duncan Castles was the first one, and he's known to be associated and have sort of link with Jorge Mendes. And then just before we went live, Ornstein tweeted out and put an article up on The Athletic. As you know, he's like associated with them, writes for them, that Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement to sign João Felix on loan from Atletico Madrid for 11 million euros, which is below what Atletico Madrid initially wanted. United and Arsenal were keen on getting João Felix. He had the choice, but the Chelsea project appealed to him.
Yep. Looks like this news, just like Steven said, it has a very, very heavy weight into it. Chelsea reached verbal agreement, as Steven said, to assign João Felix on loan from Atletico Madrid. Fees 11 million below initial, and also United, Arsenal, keen on 23 years old, had a choice in it. Project appealed more reinforcement to follow this month. So yeah, Chelsea need reinforcement, emergency signing.
Just quickly,
Okay.
I know that Herbert said in a chat about Romano. So Romano's tweet was Chelsea are in advanced talks to sign João Felix from Atletico Madrid on loan until June. It's at the final stages. No buy option clause being discussed.
And that is coming from who?
Romano. Fabrizio Romano. He's saying there's no buy option clause being discussed.
That is something that I wouldn't like, because, like I said earlier on, if Chelsea were able to secure this signing, he's coming to put some energy, change the style of play, help the midfield go forward. Then we're going to have a certain style of play with the inclusion of João Felix. But then if there's no option to buy, then it means that once he leaves in the summer, we have to find somebody else to come and replace him. Is it just for the rest of the season or for a year?
No, it's until the summer. It's 6 months.
Summer. 6 months for how much? 10 million?
In euros, which, 11 million euros. So yeah, about £9.5 million, roughly. I don't know the conversion rate to dollars.
I think the pounds way more than the euro. The pounds way more than the euro, isn't it?
No, it's about £9.5 million, roughly.
Okay, so the pounds way more than the dollar. So the dollar, you're talking about 8 million in that option. Okay, so yeah, it's too hefty for just a 6-month deal for 10 million or 9 million, whatever price it is.
I think that's to do with his what's it called as well? His salary.
Okay. So that is what we're dealing with right now. David also tweeted.
Yeah. It says, sorry, I missed the first part from Fab's tweet. Okay. Fee will be more than 10 million euros with salary covered and taxes. Talks accelerated after injuries in last game. So this will be our reaction to Sterling and Pulisic being injured, obvious reason.
Okay. Because we all know how David Ornstein is very, very, very where is I'm checking there. Okay. Herbert is there. Herbert, what do you make of this latest news happening right now this moment? I know you said
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I was expecting this because United and Arsenal, both of our clubs, were haggling around that loan fee. Yeah. And since you have one win in 7 games, I'm not surprised. Bowley is throwing money. So, but look, this on-screen tweet says that he is more appealed by the project at Chelsea. I don't believe that, because first of all, Arsenal are first and United are in the top 4. Chelsea are, I think they are 10th position, and you are coming there for 6-month loan. So I don't see how you are going to be appealed by a 6-month loan project. So I think he just wants to get out of that Simeone's football, and Chelsea are willing to cover his wages plus give a loan fee, which United and Arsenal are not going to do. So I think that's the real deal. Again, I don't know like what the plan is. Like Chelsea are just after everyone others started. Yeah. I don't see like you guys, I don't even know like if just Potter even want him. Like, because I'm not sure he wants Mudryk either. So, I mean, it's very confusing what you guys are doing. You're just, buying other people's players and not really having your own plan. So, I don't know. It could work out. Again, he's not really someone you need. He's another body in the forward line. I mean, I can understand why United and Arsenal need him, but I think Chelsea need midfielders and some wingers as well. So I mean, good for him, man. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. Again, look, United. Today I was hearing that United only have a 5 million budget in January. So in that budget, we can only get Vegas. So that's why we are going for him. But
Um,
I was worried about this thing happening. So and it has happened because Chelsea have lots of money,
Mhm.
and when they see an opportunity like this, you have done what you always do. So not surprised, man.
Okay. Herbert said it's not surprised Chelsea have the money. We need an emergency signing at this moment. We need players to come in and help out because whatever we have now is not doing anything to the football club. So players coming in, whoever comes in, it's not just whoever. I mean, anyone with much more. We need proven players, not the one for the future. At this moment where we are 10th position in the league, we just got eliminated by Manchester United. We are spanked. We were just it was just an embarrassing um, performance displayed at the Etihad yesterday. The boys did not perform very well at all, and there's so many chances, so many talk after the game. Potter going, Potter coming. It's something that we will be talking about it at this moment. I don't know. I know Ryan and Steven might be on the same part. Big up to you. And Drake said Felix to Chelsea seems desperate to me. It is true. I mean, Felix was being linked to the club even before we played the City game yesterday. So we people can read two or two into it and say it looks desperate, but then we need players. We need the midfield doesn't exist. The midfield there's no chemistry. There's nothing up front. So who is the guy to hold on to the ball very well? The team there's no one there to hold on to the ball and do anything magically in the team. So maybe the coming of Yap Felix might help a lot. I don't know what you guys, Ryan or Herbert, want to say.
um, yeah, the issue is obviously when we played City on Thursday, we obviously picked up the injuries to Pulisic and to Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, although not confirmed yet, it sounds like those injuries are serious injuries. Again, typical our luck. So, if we're being honest, we kind of have no choice. We need to get more people in. And that's why the loan's a good one. Because, okay, I'm not convinced on Felix, but at the end of the day, you're getting him on loan. You're running out of options at this point because you're getting injuries all the time. Again, we said it the other day. We got something like, what, 10 injuries? 9 injuries? And at
10
least,
injuries.
yeah, at least half of those are starters.
Yeah.
So at this point, what choice do we have? We've got to make these moves. Whether people think it's desperate, okay, maybe it is, but it's desperate because of injuries, not because we got money, let's go spend money.
You well said, Stephen. Well said. Kim P. Also welcome to the stream. Trade said Chelsea are paying 15 million for 6 months with no buying option. Atletico are taking advantage of a Chelsea situation, which it could be right. What happened to Manchester United now, Herbert? Your guy is asking you. Big up to you, Kim P. He wants to know what is next for Manchester United if Chelsea have taken João Felix away.
I mean, that's two of our first targets. We couldn't get Gakpo, and now we haven't been able to get Felix. So, yeah, man, what happens with United is like what happens every time. We go and do the cheap thing and buy Wout Weghorst, who, I mean, let's be honest, he just, stinks of another Igalo signing. So that's what happens to us. And yeah, man, look, this is what happens when you have money with you. That's why I always say with Chelsea, the trophies are not going to be too far because you are loaded. And a team which has lots of money, they just need to put right people in the right post because you need to manage that money. But teams like United and Arsenal, we don't have money. I mean, we have lots of money, but we don't spend it. And when we spend it, like we are paying 85 million pounds for Anthony. So, things like that happen. So, yeah, what happens with United next is that we are going to sign a 6'6" lamppost, Wood Vegas, and try to, you know, I don't know what
Yeah,
we are trying to, but I feel bad for Ten Hag, man. That's all I can say.
that's crazy. Steven, it's Atletico take advantage over Chelsea's situation, or do you think it's a fair deal?
I mean, they always maintained that this is less than what they initially wanted, actually. They wanted more than this, and that was going for everyone. Chelsea, Arsenal, United, anyone that
Yeah.
wanted him. And we still got it below what Atletico originally wanted. So actually, given we got less than what they actually wanted in the first place, it's not as bad.
Okay.
But I was just messaging someone, and someone said about like Felix isn't a good option. So a reply that they received was, "How can you compare him when he's been playing at centre back because of the way Simeone plays?" Can't be bothered with this stuff, man. I just hope he works for us because we're really in need of someone to actually do something for once, actually be able to create some consistent chances or finish consistent chances. It needs to finally happen. We can't keep having this bad luck with attackers forever.
What's that, Steven? I'm going to talk to Herbert, and I'll get back to you, Steven. We're going to pay a little bit close attention to Graham Potter's future. Herbert, are you into Potter out or you're into Potter in?
No, 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 man. I mentioned you in the chat yesterday. I'm not Potter out. I mean, I think he's a good coach. I think this is just a Chelsea thing where you just want immediate success. And credit to you guys, it has worked for you. But this is a new road for you, and you guys have to be, patient. That's what United and Arsenal are doing with Arteta and Ten Hag. And I think once he gets his own players, and once he has all his players injuries returning, I mentioned this yesterday in the chat. Like, how can you expect him to implement a style of play when six first team players are missing? I mean, what is he going to what is he supposed to do with Lewis Hall and Omari Hutchison? Like, I mean, these are young players. So I am firmly potted in. I want to see what he does after having a proper transfer window, summer
Yeah.
transfer window, and a preseason. Because I know like he has that coaching thing in him. He's a good coach. We have seen Brighton playing some beautiful football. My only thing is that like Chelsea is a big club, man. And players which you buy in Chelsea, they might not know who Potter is. So maybe he can be swallowed by that. The player power is big in Chelsea. So like other than that, I am firmly Potter, and I think you should back him.
Yesterday, the most I don't know, people want to hear that. The most annoying thing is a chance with chanting Thomas Tuchel's name many times when the game was going on. Pep Guardiola also edges Todd
Yeah,
Bowley.
I mean, how disrespectful that is, man. You're chanting a ex-manager's name when
Yeah,
you employed this guy. I don't know. It's very different from your fan base. I mean, Ole lost 4-0 versus Liverpool, and his name was being sung the next game when we were losing to Watford. So I don't know. It's a different fan base, I guess. I don't know, man. This is a weird thing with Chelsea.
but what do you make of this statement from Pep Guardiola? He said that Chelsea need to stick with Todd Bowley need to stick with the Grant Potter because when he went to Barcelona,
Oh man, I wouldn't listen to anything what Pep says. He said to keep Oli, he will come good. He just plays mind games. I wouldn't take anything. He also said that United are in a title race. So I don't want to listen to Pep and what his opinions are of my club or your club. I
Pep,
think just bottom his time. That's all I can say. And one more thing, like yesterday I was seeing like everyone was comparing to him to Tuchel. Like Tuchel won a Champions League in 6 months. Why can't Potter do it? We want trophies, and we are, you're out of all competition. I think that's the
yeah,
difference. Like Tuchel is like he's an experienced coach. He has coached Dortmund, PSG, and he's coming into Chelsea. And granted, he got the best out of Rudiger. Even Werner, Pulisic.
yeah.
So
hmm
I think it is a bit unfair if you want to compare him to that. I think you just need to back him, man. That's all I can say. Then it's up to you guys.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola said that he didn't need 2 months at Barcelona because he has one certain extraordinary player called Lionel Messi that made him so good. So he was grateful to have Messi in his camp. So yeah, you guys have any more you want to put it in before we move on? We're still on Graham Potter. Guys, let me know. Are you Potter in? Are you Potter out? Do you still want to buy into the project? Do you still support the Potter project? Let me know what you think. Is Potter your guy, or you want him out? If you're in the chat, if you just join us, you're listening. Easy said, Easy Manos. I'm sure that's the name. He said, if true, it's 5 million less than United we're asking for. So
No,
absolutely.
We're asked because I think it was about 15 million that was asked, right?
Earlier on, yeah. So
King can put it. It's
yeah.
11 million plus 280k wages, around 18 million total, roughly. I think it is still less than what was being asked. Well, I know it's less than what was being asked originally, but yeah. On the Potter thing, quickly, when you look at it, right?
Yeah.
When he first came in, we were unbeaten for what, the first 9 games before we started getting injuries. It all started going downhill, and then typical of our fan base, they become reactionary and they're talking about, Potter out, Potter out. Let the guy have time, A, to get like the players he wants, B, to have his fully fit squad of Reece James and Kante and all these players. Okay, he didn't have Kante when he came in, he was still getting some results. And then you can start judging. Having about 10 injuries and about half of those being starters, there's not much that you can really expect, in my opinion. Okay, Lewis Hall, brilliant. I would start him over Cucurella whilst Chilwell's out because he's been better, in my personal opinion, than Cucurella. Chukwuemeka, I was sometimes referred to as Khan's, just saved me saying the whole thing. I'd like to see him get more minutes. I think he's been a bright spark as well. Like, some of these youngsters are actually stepping up, and I think they should get more game time. But the point stands of, at the end of the day, we've got multiple starters injured, and there's only so much you can do. And people are still complaining about constantly rotated teams. I said it yesterday when the lineup came out. He's probably rotated so much because of the mere fact that we've got so many starters already out injured. You couldn't really afford to miss any more through injury. Is your camera gone?
Yep. You didn't get my message?
Huh?
You didn't get my message, did you?
No.
Oh, checking the private chat. I sent a message in there before.
Okay, one sec.
You didn't get it. Okay. Dinesh said, I don't think Phillips wants Chelsea. He just wants a Premier League move and away from Atletico Madrid. Well, Chelsea's been fortunate, if he wants to move away from the La Liga and wants to join any Premier League side, and Chelsea are very fortunate to have him because the club needs some kind of legs in the midfield. We need creativity. There's no creativity in the midfield. Kovacic that we think he have, his final third or final distribution is very, very, very awful. Kovacic is a player in his position that he plays as a number 8, whatever position he plays. He's supposed to be able to contribute goals, but you don't get that. He doesn't contribute goals. He doesn't give any assists. His passes are very, very raw. You don't see, he doesn't have the accurate passes to be given out. So, like I said, Felix will bring a little bit of changes and impact the style of play, the way we play at this moment, and move the team forward in a little bit. So if you're just joining us, please do not hesitate. You can put a like on. We got 5 people liking. Some are just joining. Some came in and left. So if you're just joining us, do not forget to put a like on the video. Herbert, any more you want to add to Graham Potter's future at Chelsea? I know you say you don't want to sack him. He's the guy that I mean, he's a project manager. We bought him to come and then do a work at the club. So, is there any more you want to add to
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, you have given him a big package as well, around 80 million, to get him
Yeah,
from Brighton, his wages and his staff.
and
So
within three
it's not
months,
easy, so easy to sack him. So you have to persist with him. If he doesn't improve, like after all this money spent, don't forget, like I mean, admittedly, he didn't spend that money; it was spent on Tuchel. But these are still good players, Fofana. I mean, okay, Koulibaly is looking sketchy right now, but after his transfer window next summer, and if he doesn't improve, and you are lingering at the same time at outside top four, then maybe you guys can consider that he's not Chelsea level. He's a good coach, but he's not a Chelsea level coach. So maybe in that way, but for the time being, I want to see what he does, man. I think let's see. It's very rare to see good English football coaches as well. Eddie Howe is doing a good job at Newcastle. So Chelsea could have another kind of a gem in the hands if just get out of this phase. Because I mean, let me remind you, like last time this year, Arsenal they lost 9 games and they won one. That's the same situation you are finding yourself in. And look at 1 year later, they're top of the league. So, and you guys have money also. So it's good. You always have that option to get out. That money you guys have. So that's all I can add, man. I think you should persist with him.
okay. This is a question from Kim Pin. He said, "Will Felix start for United if he was with United? Will he start?"
Uh, it's a bit difficult. I think this could be one of the reasons why he chooses Chelsea, because I think he gets right into the 11. I don't know. Like, I don't think you have any of your front three. There are no fixed position except for Raheem Sterling, because you paid lots of money for him. So you can rotate him with Pogba. You can play instead of him Ziyech. But at United, Rashford starts at the left, Anthony is on the right, and Martial in the center. So he can't even play number 10 because Bruno plays there. So he would have been on the bench, for starting games. So I think that could be a reason. So no, man, not start, but definitely would have been a good bench option. That's why we are paying, some cheap option like Weghorst. So I think this is a good reason for him. He chooses Chelsea because he can play, right. He's not going to be sitting on the bench for 6 months. So yeah.
You're welcome back, Lord. Potter in, Potter out. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm 75%.
Hold on, Ryan. Sorry. Herbert. Sorry, Lord. Before I get back to you, let me read this real quick before you take over. I can't believe the attitude of our fan base. 4 months of which players were away on international duty for almost two, and these injuries and what his hysterical regions. I'm sure that's what AZ is trying to say. I'll try to summarize whatever he's trying to say. Just 4 months in Potter's reign at the club, and people are just trying to get him out. Is what he doesn't get it. So yeah, Lord, you were on the floor when I took it from you. Thank you very much, AZ, for your comment.
I'm 75% Potter out. I don't think he's up for the job, but the main reason why I want him, I wouldn't mind him leaving, is because there's a manager out there waiting, and his name is Luis Enrique. Now, he's a very good manager, so if there's an option available, why not go and get him? I understand the argument of giving him time, Potter time, but the result is just not good enough. So I believe, even with the injuries, I believe a better manager can get through the tricky period. Thomas Tuchel showed that many times, that when he had injuries, he got through tricky periods. Yeah, there were also lows as well. I understand that, but I don't think Potter is good enough for Chelsea.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense though, because I had one of the top guys that I always listen to, which is Jordan on Talk Sports, and was it Summer Jordan? Jim White and Summer Jordan, yeah. Yeah, he said he definitely think that Potter is not really good enough for Chelsea, but then if given time to Potter, as was being given time at Brighton, he believed he can do the job. But then you have to see it in this way: where Potter is coming from and where Chelsea are. The pedigree of Chelsea is not anywhere compared to what Brighton is at this moment. Chelsea have won everything. They have so much history in Europe. They have so much medals and trophies that Potter doesn't. I mean, Brighton doesn't have that. So if a manager is coming from a low club football, coming into an elite football club, there's no way those players that he's going to work with will listen to him, listen to every little details that he put on the table, unless it's proven. That's why when you see coaches that are coming from an elite football club that have won things in their life, or maybe be able to coach big name players like Thomas Tuchel, coming from the Bundesliga, he won something from the Bundesliga, and people really listen to what he did. He came from PSG. He's coached Messi, he's coached Mbappe, Di Maria, and all these players. But look at the players that Brighton have. They have no name. It's just that recently they have a World Cup winner in their team, which is McAllister. But then coming to Chelsea, all those guys over there have won. I'm sure. I'm not sure if Kai Havertz was part of the German winning team that won the gold last time. I'm not so sure, but I stand a point of correction. But you coming to Chelsea, you have Champions League winners. Almost about 5 of them have won, or 6 of them have won Champions League. You get what I'm saying? So there are a lot of Champions League winners which Potter haven't seen that before. So I understand that with time, but it's Chelsea. Will Chelsea have that time for Potter? Where we are is not good. 10th in the league. We got 16 Premier League teams, right?
20.
20. I thought it was 16. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's the other league. Yeah, 20 Premier League team. We are in the middle of it. And it's not good enough for Chelsea. I mean, an elite football club. It's not good enough. But I said, let's give Potter time. Let's give Potter time, and then he can do magic. Lord, you can go ahead.
Go ahead. I just finished.
Oh, you just did. I thought I cut you off. So yeah. Just like Lord said. So are we moving on from João Felix? You have anything you want to talk about João Felix, or do we move on from João Felix? Do we move on from Potter, or do we still have something to talk about in that regards to yesterday's game?
Just a quick one from me on João Felix. I think it's a brilliant signing. I think he's a very good, talented player, and it's what we need. We need fresh blood in the attack. That's yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
And actually, I've wanted him for quite a long time now. Even when he was playing quite good, at the time before his Athletic days. Atleti, it's just gone stale for him there, because of the pragmatic football. He needs to be at a club where he's allowed to play his stuff. Hopefully, we can allow that.
Yeah, I hope. Kim Pete said, and Luis Enrique is another project manager, because there's no that. I mean, I don't know. There's no way someone can just come in this specific team, these players, and just hit the ground running and win the Champions League again. I don't know how that can happen, but yeah. Kim Pete said, he's a project manager. Easy said Tuchel won nothing in Bundesliga until he inherited club's double championship and double cup Dortmund, and all he won with them was a cup. I don't understand it. He said he didn't win nothing at Bundesliga. So what did he win? He won something.
No, he's saying he didn't win anything until he inherited Klopp's team, and even with that team, he only won a domestic cup. He didn't win a league.
But did he win something? Well, if
he's saying before Dortmund, but then it's only Bayern and Dortmund really as the top teams, and he wasn't at either of those before, so you don't really expect much before that anyway.
Yeah, you don't expect any other team to win anything in the Bundesliga besides Bayern Munich and Dortmund. You don't expect any. It's not like here in the Premier League where you can come to Manchester United, you can go to Chelsea, you can go to Arsenal, or maybe go to Liverpool. Not maybe, go to Liverpool or Manchester City and win something. It's not like that. It's not that easy in the Bundesliga. It's just one horse race. It's always Bundesliga, which is what do you call it? Bayern Munich. So if he came over and what Klopp has already built, it's the same thing. When Tuchel moved from Paris Saint-Germain, he came to Chelsea, whatever, what's his name? Whatever Frank Lampard had in the possession, he used those players to win win that Champions League. So it goes hand in hand. Whatever you have, I'll make that work. If it doesn't work, or if it works, next time I want to bring in some new players that I think that it can work for me. Lampard couldn't get Rudiger playing very well for him, but then as soon as the Tuchel came in, he made it possible for Rudiger to get back to his feet again. He was playing very well. So there are players who works very well under certain managers, and there are some other players who doesn't work well for other managers. I'm sure I could be right. Top four. He just said that trade 4 months. He said 4 months. Okay. He won only German Cup. He won only German Cup. Will United sign anyone else than Coast? We will try spend the Felix money. Okay. This is coming from Danish. Sorry, I always call Dinash. There's one guy that used to be called Dinash. This is Danish here. Since Lampard got the team out of the group, what is true. Lampard did a very, very good job. No, people have to give him that credit. He did a very, very good job before Tuchel came. Our Champions League, with the road to the Champions League finals, Lampard did, I'll say maybe about 60%, and Tuchel also took the rest, 40%. Lampard did a very good job with the young guys, without the signings.
No, I don't agree with that, because Lampard had easier teams to navigate past. I would say 60% Tuchel, 40% Lampard.
What makes it so easy? What makes it so easy?
Because teams in the group stage are easier than teams in the round of 16, quarters, semis, and final.
So you give credit, but then you limit the credit to 40%.
Yeah, unless I misunderstood you, I thought you said 60% Lampard, right?
Yeah, the same thing I said. Yeah.
I would say it's probably 65% Tuchel.
Okay.
Like, let's be honest. Most managers in the world would have got out of that group. Yeah, you get me.
Yeah, even Graham Potter can do it. Or you doubt that? You doubt it?
No.
Okay. Any more news, guys, before we move on to Newcastle's United interest in certain players? Any more?
No.
Herbert, you have something you want to share with us? Manchester United.
No, man. Nothing to share. I was just thinking, you already got Nkunku, and he is a bit sort of similar player to Felix. So, there is no buyback option with Felix here. So, it's just a simple loan. So, if Chelsea do pursue him, I think they have put if he does well, his price will increase, I think. So, I think they put 76 million pounds the last I saw. So that's around, I don't know how much that, I think they're close to it, like 85, 86 million euros. So I'm just thinking, what you guys will do with him in the summer, because he'll be there for the next 6 months. But you already have Nkunku, who is kind of a similar profile to Felix. So I think that should be the end of Pulisic and Ziyech, I feel. I think then you have to ship, especially I think Ziyech will be gone. I don't know about Pulisic, but I think Ziyech is gone in the summer.
Yeah, guys, let me share this with everyone here. King P, Easy, and then Danish, everyone. We are close to 2,000, to 2K. We are above 1,800 and something right now at this moment, and the channel is moving like space shuttle. We're moving very, very fast. Just a couple weeks ago, we were around 900. Now we've got to almost 2K. I said February. But it looks like we might get our 2K before February, even before the end of this January month. So thank you for everyone that have been part of this channel, that have helped channel to get to where we are at this moment. Thank you, everyone. And please, just copy the link on the YouTube page and then put the link on your Facebook page and then share it. It will spread it out to almost everyone on your Facebook page that like Chelsea, or even who doesn't like Chelsea. They might give them a chance to even see, who are these guys? They're talking sports. I want to listen to them. So just take that chance and do that right now. Just a couple seconds. Copy the link and then paste it. Copy and paste. It's as easy as ABCD. So guys, let's do that. Let's do that real quick, and we can move on. King said that I'm concerned with United chance of top 4. Herbert, are you concerned? Tuchel was in charge for the game.
Yeah, massively, man, massively concerned because from the next game week, I think United are playing 3 games in a week in March. So basically, we'll be playing weekend, midweek, and weekend. So we don't have the squad depth to compete in all those competitions. So yeah, I'm massively concerned. And I mean, admittedly, Weghorst adds another body, but I told you this before also. One injury to Casemiro, that's all it takes for United to get out of that top 4 race. And don't forget that Chelsea are not in one of the cups. Newcastle don't have Europe, and Arsenal will be dropping. Arsenal or Man City will be dropping out of the FA Cup next week because they're going to play each other. So that leaves United with in 3 competitions. So and we have to play Barcelona twice in February as well. So yeah, massively concerned, man.
Yeah, Herbert is very concerned. Obviously not head of a group of death. I would have liked Nkunku at United. Oh, sorry, too bad. Chelsea have already done it. Chelsea have done the deal, man. I can't wait to see next season. This season, I've written the season off. I can't wait to see next season.
Oh wow!
I can't wait. Oh wow! Lord, what do you make? What do you make of it? Next season.
But the thing is, Joao Felix is going in June.
Yeah.
It's only 6 months.
Yeah, maybe something can change. Something can happen. They can talk to his manager, and then we can have a release clause and pay this guy and stay at the club if he performs very well. Very well.
Yeah, hopefully.
I know we've had Saul Neguez. Saul from then it didn't play. He didn't play out well for Chelsea at all. He didn't play well. So maybe, having Joao Felix, it's a different profile, 2 different players. So it might be a little bit different from others. I don't know what you want to say about it, Lord. Not anymore.
No.
Lord is out. Steven, do you think that if Joao Felix go ahead and perform very well, we're talking about Chelsea might try to convince Atletico Madrid and try and make his contract permanent? Herbert, don't go.
Maybe, but I'm not entirely sure because we're not discussing an option, which means if he performs well, then the price has got to be something ridiculous. So it also comes down to, is it worth it at that point? Because if we negotiated an option, then we're having an entirely different conversation. But because we're not discussing an option at the moment, that would mean if he performs well, then his prices will go up like really ridiculously high. And then I don't think it'd be worth it at that point because there's other areas that we also need. And we'll have probably other attackers coming in anyway. Probably, at a better price anyway.
So which of you want to answer this question for my friend over here? Jackson, welcome to the stream, Jackson. Jackson said, please, just sack Potter now. Who
yes, Jackson.
Wants to answer him?
Jackson.
Yeah, Lord, you say yes, Jackson. Answer him. Give him an answer. Yes or no.
Yeah, 100%.
Tell him why. Why you said no or why you said yes.
Enrique's available. Luis Enrique's available. Let's do it.
Oh, Jackson, you got someone that supports you.
Just because Enrique is available.
Yeah, man.
All right, you guys go for it. I'm listening.
All I'm saying, with the situation we have, it's the same issue of the same players down in their tools as we've had under the last few managers, yeah?
I don't know what's going on here.
It's the same issue with the last few managers with players down in their tools. And not only that, but we've got 10 injuries. Half of those are starters when they're fit. So there's not really much we can do. Also, one thing I will note on yesterday is we saw why we've been reluctant to play Trevor Chalobah at right back.
Steven, there's a message there. Someone going to answer this? There's a message down there.
Oh what?
I think I don't know about this, but this is not the right time for this.
I'll leave that one to Steven.
Steven, there's a message down there. You want to answer this? Oh, I'll move on from the message. I just want to acknowledge the person, whoever joined us. Thank you for joining us and taking the time to listen to us. I'll see if anyone has an answer for this. I don't have an answer for this question.
I don't support it. No way. I don't support it. Like support as in like in favor of. Like I wouldn't do anything to, make it happen. But if it happens, it is what it is. That's what I would say.
Okay. So this is
wait. What question was you talking about?
In the chat, there's a comment. In the chat.
No, I know what you're talking. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
The one on the screen now. Steven?
Yep.
The one on the screen now. Can you see it?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So a lot have answered it. So we're gonna move. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. It's been answered for you. I don't know. I don't really have the answer for that. So yeah, no problem. Thank you. It's been answered. All right, let's move on. You have any more questions? Just send it here. We'll take our time and then answer it for you. We love you in a way. We're gonna move on. There's a link here. Newcastle United and Arsenal are interested in signing this guy's name is Balde. I think Balde or Beld, and also reach out to the player's agent. What do you guys make of this player? I don't know about him that much, but then it was in the link, and I was like, maybe someone might know something about it. Herbert, do you know anything about this guy being linked with Newcastle United and Arsenal?
Balde.
Balde.
Oh, Balde. He's from Barcelona. You're talking about that one.
Oh, is that Barcelona youth player?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only Balde I know. Is there anyone else?
No.
He hasn't signed a new contract. That's why the link's probably
to Newcastle and Arsenal. Okay. Yeah. I'm
I
making
don't think so he's leaving.
Blue Clouds, I have another question.
Nee Zion. Blue Clouds is the channel. Why are you behaving like Gilmore? Lord.
Who?
Gilmore. Oh, what's his name? Your brother in the train that lives in the 1, 2, 3. Choo-choo.
Hey Niz, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
For Steven. So who when Felix comes in, who misses out? Is it Havertz or Mount, in your opinion?
Mount.
Probably Havertz, because Mount's not even playing in that role. He's not playing in the attacking role. Havertz is. So if it's any of them, it'd be Havertz. Although, saying that, with the injuries we've got, maybe Havertz still plays because Felix will be...
No. But I mean, when everyone's fit, what, in your opinion, what's the front three going to be? Because I'd imagine Felix has to be in there because he's a fresh signing, isn't he? So we're obviously getting him for a reason.
If everyone's fit, I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially do still see Havertz, but we see him with Sterling and Felix. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you think about Mount asking for 300 grand? I saw that
he didn't do that. That's not a legit report.
Herbert, I think.
So how much he want? Like, I think he wants some ridiculous.
He don't want that. It's to do with length more than it is money. He didn't want like a 7-year deal.
Reports also reports are coming out today that Manchester United are trying to make they're trying to strategize things that no one is going to make over 200 grand at the club. No one. I said
that's not confirmed.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah, that's not confirmed yet.
No, it's not confirmed. It won't be confirmed until they put it down the club. But this is something they're trying to put in place. They said it's called Ronaldo rule or something. Ronaldo rule.
They're trying to cap off players. I mean, they're going to sell the club and they're trying to implement a rule. I don't think that's going to happen.
I read that
So
it was Ten Hag and his team that were doing it, not actually ownership.
I mean, that
That's
would
what
be
I
even
read.
more
It
stupid.
was
I mean,
down to the
if
manager.
Chelsea or United are going for a player and he wants more than 200k, I mean, you're going to miss out on that player. I mean, I
It
don't
don't
think
make
the
sense though,
manager is.
because
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
what's Herbert? What's Casemiro on? About 350, 400, right?
yeah.
So it don't
Towards
make sense.
there are 3 or 4 players more earning more than 300. I think Varane is in there, even Sancho. I mean, listen to this. Like Anthony was on two. I think he was on 20k at Ajax, and we just tripled his wages to 200k. So,
Yeah.
well, I can
I mean,
understand why they want to do
I,
that.
I don't think that makes a lot of sense, because if
Yeah,
Manchester
yeah.
United are trying to compete with the likes of Newcastle United, City, and Chelsea, and you don't want to pay that much for a player who is I mean, on top of his game, and he wants his agents
Yeah.
are out negotiating. They want this amount for this player. You want the best in the world, but yet you don't want to pay 300,000 a week for that player. Then you're gonna miss out on that player. There's no way that we're gonna see Manchester United winning a trophy anywhere soon. It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I don't agree with Gary Neville on a lot of things, but his opinion on this, like, it's very hard to argue against, because
What
he
do you say?
said when you've got players like Casemiro on 400k, and like I think he even mentioned De Gea, or someone was replying to him mentioning De Gea and a couple other players, and then you're not going to be able to get the players like the Mbappes and all these top starters. You put yourself out of that by instantly going, oh, we're only doing 200k. That's all we'll give you is 200k, because you've got players over that already. And then all the top stars are going to want what they're worth. And what they're worth is going to be over 200k if they're one of the best.
Okay, now you guys see this graphic. If you're watching, you want to pay close attention to this graphic and tell me what's going on here. What's going on in this graphic? If you can watch it, if you can see what is going on here.
Oh,
What's that?
Mount vacating his midfield duties.
Is that Mount position?
I'm not sure.
What is going on?
I saw a picture from another point in the game where you had basically all the defense and all the midfield there, except from, I think it was Gallagher. Like, Gallagher weren't even in the picture.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, there's another message here. Lord, you want to take it?
I'll take
Read
it. I'll
it.
take it.
Yeah, read it loud.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh.
I love you, man. Our shaman.
Okay.
Our shaman.
Havertz, I would give one more year, one more season, because he's still young. I'll try
Okay.
one more season. If he fails next season, then yeah, get rid.
Do you want to read it for me, please, if you can?
We can finally sell Havertz and useless Aubameyang now.
Yeah, the gay vest over here is very funny. Okay. Yeah. You about my young. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. But this diagram over here looks a little bit funny. Where are the players? Who is supposed to be here by the referee receiving the ball? Players are not moving. They are all close to each other. Look at someone here. Look, is it Kai Havertz? I'm sure this is Kai Havertz. Look, Kai Havertz might be in the middle. Who is up there? Who is up there by the touchline? The two players over there. I'm not sure who is this player is. This person here.
It's hard to make out because it's kind of grainy.
It's blurry. Yeah. I'm not sure who is there. Being lazy. Very lazy. I'm sure this is Kai Havertz. Maybe this guy could be Kai Havertz, but I'm not sure who is that person standing there in an offside position when they're trying to build up. He's supposed to be somewhere around here, receiving the ball. You know, I haven't played in a high level, but I've played in a very, very good competition, and I know what players have to do. You don't stand. Why do you think it's very difficult for people to mark Messi? You can't mark Messi. Messi doesn't stand for you to mark him, and even if you mark him, very difficult to get the ball from him. That's why it makes him The best in the world. Players are standing, doing nothing. Jackson Smith. Okay. Yeah, Jackson. I know who Jackson is. Says, guys, I'm sick. Please help me, Mr. Potter, to go to Mr. Potter. What am I reading? Says, guys, I'm sick. Please help me, Mr. Potter, to go. Mr. Potter, thank you. Oh, help you to for Mr. Potter to go. Okay, Mr. Potter, thank you for your time at Chelsea. Now it's time to go. Okay, Steve, you know who Jackson is? Lord, you know who Jackson is? Jackson Smith.
Hams Master.
Yeah, Hams Master. It's now Mr. Jackson Smith. Okay, thank you, Jackson, for your time. Thank you for your message. He said he means guys. That is why I keep asking someone to read this message. You get what I'm saying?
That's not really Hams though. It can't be.
No, that Jackson Smith.
Jackson. Yeah.
That's not Hams.
No.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to you, Jackson Smith. Thank you very much for being here. I want to say he means guys, not guys. Gays or whatever it is in there. Okay, we get it, Miss I123, love you. Okay, we're gonna move on to Manchester City, also eyeing Bukayo Saka. City, according to journalist Dane Jones, Manchester City are considering the proposal within Jack Grealish as an exchange for Arsenal Bukayo Saka. Do you guys see Arsenal doing something like that, exchanging Jack Grealish for?
No, I don't.
It will even if they put 150 million down for.
No, because I think Arsenal are on the up. They're on a good trajectory. So, yeah, the players won't really have a desire to leave because they're flourishing together. So I can't see that happening. Also, London is a much better lifestyle than Manchester.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, for the young kids. So I can't see it happening.
But it's so different. I don't like very crowded place. I like a very quiet place. So if I was in the UK, I wouldn't live in London. I wouldn't live in the capital. I'll find myself in the country. So maybe Manchester would be a place for me.
Fair enough. But there's certain quiet areas. I swear there's like this old place that was like a massive estate where like all the Arsenal players used to all live or something, and it was like a really quiet area, no?
Yeah, that's where you're gonna find me. You won't find me in the crowded place, loud place all the time. You're gonna hear sirens, we going up and down. You won't find me in there. So if you won't find me there because I don't want those troubles. You know, someone have done his own things, looking for money, then end up in your house at night, and then you know he found himself in the wrong place, you know, at the right time. So. I don't want that. Very quiet place, not much noise. So we're gonna move on from just like the guy said, that will not happen. Arsenal will never ever let Bukayo Saka go to Manchester City and have 100 million Jack Grealish. You don't do much.
Now it's a different story if they like come fifth this year, which it's not gonna happen, but if that did happen, if they melted, then it'd be a different story. But yeah, if they keep doing well, Arsenal, then yeah, I can't see that happening.
I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this player, Maximo Perrone, to Manchester City.
That's a beer.
Huh?
Perrone's a beer.
A beer?
Yeah.
What do you mean a beer?
Perrone is an Italian beer.
No, I'm talking about a player.
Ah, okay. You said Perrone.
the name, the Perrone or Perrone, something like
that's
that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you.
Rrone. He says, according to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester City will announce the signing of Maximo Perrone in the upcoming days. Maximo Perrone is a midfielder who plays for Argentina club Vélez Sarsfield. I think that's the name. So Manchester United will not stop buying. Manchester City will not stop buying. Josko Gvardiol is in the news again, according to Fischarge. I don't know where that paper is from, but according to Fischarge, RB Leipzig defender Josko Vidal stated that he will not be moving from RB Leipzig this winter. So yeah, we know he's not moving. Maybe summer. Vidal recently said that his favorite club is Liverpool. Oh, Liverpool fan. So I don't think so, because if you are a player, I've said I've said it many times. If you are a player and you come out with this kind of statement that I want to go to this football club, what if the club don't have the money to buy you? It means that they don't even respect you, they don't even value you. So at the end of the day, there's another club that wanted you, but because of that statement you've made, they don't think you're going to come to the club and play with your heart, because one would hear that you don't really value that club. You've already made a statement you want to join this football club. Don't you guys see that those statements when footballers make very, very, very appalling?
I mean, you haven't really helped yourself much by saying things like that, because then you're going to get people turning on you. I think there's a few Chelsea fans now, because obviously we were linked with him, that are now basically saying they don't want him because he said this. But the way I see it, now that we got Badiashile, we still got Colwell coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't take him anyway, because they were quoting something like 100 million euros. So I wouldn't take him anyway at that price. But I think for a few Chelsea fans who did still want him, this has probably made them change their mind, because look, if he wants to play for Liverpool or he supported Liverpool, there's got to be people who no longer want him, because they got to think as soon as he gets a chance, he's got to want to go to that club and use yours as a stepping stone to get there. So that's the way I see it.
Bernardo Silva's news never stopped coming. Bernardo Silva to Barcelona again. We know he hasn't signed any new more contract with Manchester City. Barcelona and President Laporta said we will not spend 80 million to sign Bernardo Silva from Manchester City. That's for sure. So yeah, I know they don't have that 80 million, more or less, for them to go and find 80 million to sign Bernardo Silva. Do we see this guy leaving Manchester City by summer, Bernardo Silva? Because it's always in the news about leaving the club.
It depends, because he did want to go to Barcelona. Supposedly he wanted to go there, but Barcelona have to pull a lot of levers to get that done, or sell multiple players to get it done. So I'm not sure if that'll happen. I don't think he'll mind staying at City, but you never know. Obviously, we're not inside his camp, so we can't say definitively whether he would like to stay or not. But yeah, I don't think you would complain. Look, you stay at City, you're still going to win things anyway. So it's not exactly the worst place to be staying.
Would you want him in your club?
Would I want Bernardo Silva at Chelsea? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take him.
Lord, will you take him?
Not really, no.
Why not? Is it his age? Is it
no, because he lacks output. He's a great player for Manchester City's system and how Pep wants to play. But we need goals. We need goals in attack. Our attack stinks. I don't think he's the guy that would score 20, 25 a season. He can play in midfield as well, I guess. So, but I'm not saying I don't rate him. I think he's a very good player. I just think we need more like goal scorers. That's my opinion.
Haaland to Real Madrid. I know it's too early for us to be talking about this, but this is coming from Madrid Universal. As they said, Real Madrid are looking to sign Manchester City's Erling Haaland in 2024. I don't see that happening. Do you guys see that happening at all?
Haaland to Madrid in 2024 ain't gonna happen. Not unless something changes at Man City.
Lodge.
No, I agree. I agree with Stephen.
Mac Phillip, is that what they call him? Yeah, Kevin Phillips, sorry, to West Ham United. David Moyes out, David Moyes in, Mac Phillip to West Ham United. I don't know what's going on with Manchester United. I don't know about you guys know that much about West Ham United. I need to get Manchester United out
What
of
if
my mouth.
Moyes is getting sacked or not?
No, if they're gonna have a Kevin Phillip in there whilst Moyes is still there, Moyes is not gonna get sacked now. He's still gonna be there. He's done quite tremendous job for the club.
You
took
know what
them
ended up happening? It gets to about a week before Chelsea play them, and then they'll sack Moyes. That's what happened. Happens to us all the time. Just because people know, like, I don't know how it happens, but it's a typical thing. You'll see it. There was loads of times where managers are reported, they're going to get sacked, and then, like, they don't. And then comes around to, they're about to play Chelsea. Sacked.
Yeah, this is according to Football Insider. West Ham have rekindled their interest in Manchester United, Manchester City midfielder Kevin Phillips as they are preparing for future without Declan Rice. Jesus, Declan Rice guy is moving. City can get Declan Rice in exchange for Kevin Phillips with West Ham United. Do we see Declan Rice going to Manchester City? It can happen, guys. It can happen. Does Potter really want Declan Rice? I'm not so sure. Lord, do you think Potter would like Declan Rice style of play?
Yeah, I think so.
Steven?
Because he's just a good player. He's just a class player. So I think most managers in the world would like to have him.
Declan the Rice. Ansu Fati to Manchester City.
Well, Niz, what's your opinion?
On what?
On the question that you asked us.
Oh, on Declan Rice?
Yeah. Tell the viewers, Niz. Tell the viewers your opinion.
I will. If you want me, I will. On Declan Rice. See, this is how I'm saying it. Like I said, I've said it before that Declan Rice was looking like a club signing more or less from a coach perspective. A coach wants to come in and I want to, change my midfield. I want Declan Rice in there. And I think that Declan Rice has been linked with the club based on the relationship. He was once with the Blues. He left when he was very young. He's playing very well. Now, you can say one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, arguably maybe the 1 to 4, you can talk about Declan Rice in the Premier League. Very, very good in his position, defensive midfield. He can also drive the ball and link attack. I've seen him does that. He can run with the ball in the midfield. He does very, very, which is something that Declan Rice is not a guy that can give you that many goals. But then he has the height, which you don't get that from Kovacic. Kovacic doesn't get on the balls when set pieces have been taken. You don't see Kovacic there. But Declan Rice can give you that challenge if you need extra more bodies in the box to receive these free kicks and set pieces and stuff like that. So I would say, yeah, he's good. He's hardworking guy. He's got the legs. He can run. So yeah, he'll be good to a guy that can do. Igola Conte is not trusted. We can have Igola Conte all season. So I say if we have Declan Rice, that will give time for N'Golo Conte to rest and be able to be more match fitted. Even both can even play at the same time if we need them, especially in games like those big games, those derbies, or maybe Champions League games. We can have Declan Rice and we can have N'Golo Conte if indeed he gets 2 more years with Chelsea. So this is my take on it. I think he'll be good. It's not just a club signing. Every manager, every coach will look at Declan Rice trying to bring him in. Jackson Smith said, are you happy for Mr. Potter? Guys, are we happy for Mr. Potter? At this moment, no one is happy. No one is in a happy mood for Mr. Graham Potter. We hope that, as it's been said, he's a project manager. He can go ahead with time. He can really do something different for, Chelsea fans to believe in him. But now there's no one believes in Mr. Potter anymore. No one is happy with his job that he's doing. We don't see the pattern of play. We don't see the style. We don't see what he's trying to do. His changes are not that effective when he does that. When he makes changes, they're not effective. I don't know if you guys have different opinion on Potter's changes, but I don't think his changes are that effective. They don't do anything. The game we played at Stamford Bridge with Manchester City, the Premier League game, those changes that he did, he brought those new guys on, those young guys. I felt that was a statement. It was a statement changes. It was just for him to prove to Todd Bowley, look, the guys that you brought them for me, the young guys, I'm using them, but not really changes that were going to impact the game, not changes that were going to affect the play at that moment. So
I felt they did
statement.
impact it though. A, they didn't buy them for him, they bought them for Tuchel and then for the future. And B, I actually felt we were better when people like Chukwuemeka came on. I thought, okay, we were playing okay, but I felt the subs actually did have an impact. When you look at the later stages of the game, when we made the subs we did in that game, it felt like we were taking a bit more control of the game. And we were pushing more for the goal. I actually do think in that game, I felt he actually made the right subs and at the right time. And he didn't wait till it was too late to make them as well. He brought them on with enough time to actually get involved.
I agree with you, Mr. Steven. Steven, my man.
Also, just quickly, before you move on, I think Romano's done a video and apparently he said that the move for Felix does not affect any potential Marcus Thuram deal. And that we want it done by this week.
Okay, so still Chelsea are still a stronghold of trying to get Marcus Thuram over the door this January.
Yeah.
But this is the question. I keep asking. I know we need players. Looking at Thuram, is it the kind of striker that you guys want? Chelsea fans want, because we've seen players that are bulky, strong, tall, like Lukaku. Anytime I see Thuram, it reminds me of Lukaku. I don't know.
Like Didier Drogba. Reminds me of Didier Drogba.
No, it doesn't remind me of Didier Drogba because no one is comparable to Didier Drogba. It doesn't. It reminds me of Lukaku.
Yeah. He's not the same. He's not the same as Lukaku, man.
He's the same kind of boots and size. I think 32, size 32 in Giants. The same kind of boots, and the same kind of head, and that kind of, it reminds me of him. I don't know if you guys are. I'm just trying to take a make out of this player. I mean, he's a good player. I saw him play once in the Bundesliga. I watched the Bundesliga once when Bayern Munich played their team, and also when he played for France. I've watched him play. But look, we have Detro Fofana, another player we see him for the future. So if we have him come in this season, and then summer we're looking at Nkunku also coming in. So what are we doing with all these strikers? How do they get much game time?
Nkunku can play a lot of different positions though, and so can Thuram. They're not limited.
You don't want to. What I'm trying to aim at is you don't want to have so many players whereby you have too many on the bench that you can't even use, and then you have to make everybody happy. And by doing that, you allow everyone plays, which some of them don't even deserve to play. So is that what we're looking at? To have too many so many players on the bench that are not good enough?
I mean, Aubameyang future isn't guaranteed. He might be going anyway. Bray is injured long term. Thuram and Nkunku can both play across a front three. It's not limited to being a striker or a winger. So that's part of it as well, I think, is that they give you that flexibility. And obviously we know that we quite like our flexibility because it makes things easier to move around in game. So yeah, them not being limited to just being a winger or just being a striker will definitely be part of it. And also Thuram's out of contract in the summer. and if Aubameyang's future is not guaranteed, and we can maybe, I don't know if we're doing this, but if we're looking to get rid of him now, then why not get Thuram on a cheap deal, bring him in, and then with the money that you've saved there, you can use it to get a midfielder, get a right back, which is what it seems we're doing. Felix and Thuram would be cheap deals, right?
Yeah.
In terms of attackers, which then gives you money to spend on midfielders and a right back. Because you're not going out doing these big money deals for strikers when you've got someone who could potentially come in and do a similar level of a job to someone who's more expensive, but you're saving money there to spend more on your bigger needs of defensive midfielders, of creative midfielders, of a backup to Reece James, and all these things. It's actually smart business when you think about it. To get these players in cheap to give you more money to spend in the more important areas.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've said it all. Should Potter be given more time at Chelsea? This is the question. I think, yeah, he should be given more time at Chelsea, right? Steven, same thing, right? What's the quickest success criteria for Chelsea to succeed now at this moment?
What's the what?
What's the quickest success criteria for Chelsea to succeed at this moment?
What do you mean by that?
Which way can Chelsea go to be able to successful from where they are?
As in, what do we need to do?
What do they need to do?
Easy. You get a backup to Reece James. You get a defensive midfielder. There's a lot we need to do. There's a lot.
Now, what's the
I'm not
quickest
doing
way?
it in order. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to do it in order. But we need a quality backup to Reece James because we're relying on Aspi, and I'm hoping we'll get rid of him.
Yeah.
We need defensive midfielder because we don't have defensive midfield. Need creative midfielders because we're lacking. You need wingers to provide for strikers because our wingers haven't been providing. And then, yeah, that's like the main things in my opinion.
Okay, Mr. Potter.
I know some people argue striker as well,
clear.
by the way.
I've done this many times. Huh? My camera is not clear. It looks so blurry. Yeah, I've tried to fix it 10 times and just died of it. Okay, I think we've touched bases on almost everything, and the latest news that came in was Phillips. Chelsea are in talk with him, and did you say they've agreed? They've agreed on signing him, right? There was an agreement.
There's a verbal agreement was reported by verbal agreement was what was reported by Ornstein.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for being part of the show today. Lord, I don't know why Lord will not stay, so I can say thank you, but I'll say thank you later. 1, 2, 3. Our Shaman, also big up to you. Jackson Smith, big up to you. Everyone, Kingpin that joined. Who else am I missing the name? I hope I don't miss anyone's name. Easy. That thing that's the name, and it's Danish. Huh? Herbert, everyone, Herbert and Lord Stephen. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to everyone that came on to get the show going. We got 4 of us watching at this moment. Thank you all for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't end the show without your name. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for your input and then your comments that you put down. So thank you, guys. We move on. Tomorrow will be another day. Same time. 4 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. American time, Eastern time. So yeah, pay attention. Stay tuned to the latest news and sports, especially Chelsea. We talk more on Chelsea and the other club also. Yes, we pay attention to other football clubs. So thank you for everyone that have been part of us, that have joined us. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Leo Desperandons. Hang on to hope. See you again. I'll talk to you later, Steven.
Yep.
Bye-bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.